but it'll have used a bit of petrol. They're set to go, and there goes the green flashing light. They're off and racing in race number 6. And down near the inside, Mr. Fire Began OK is going in search of the lead. Away well was Chill of the Night, and splitting them as Pro Yacht. They were followed further back in the field then as they leave the straight by Cameo's Kiwi, and it's going to end up on the leader's back in the early stages. Further back in the field then came Henwood and Pacheco, and they were being followed next of all as they work into the back by Superstar Glowy. Saving ground the inside is Pageantry, and then came Quicksilver Revival, who had to use a bit of petrol to tack on when the mobile let them go. Well back in the field now is Halfpenny, and the last couple are Mr. Stewart and Fantastic Miss. 31.6 was your lead time, and as they travel off the back straight, the leader is Mr. Fire, leading out by only a head. Chill of the Night is second and testing the leader, and third spot locked away Cameo's Kiwi. They were followed by Proyard, who's next on the outside there of Henwood, who's racing 3 markers as they work towards the turn into the straight. Further back then is Pacheco, and they were followed then by Pageantry, who's buried away on the pegs as they come into the straight now for the bell. Further back in the field then as they work down the lane is Superstar Glowy, and the last quartet of horses here are Halfpenny, who's on the inside there of Quicksilver Revival, with Fantastic Miss and Mr. Stewart. 29.9 was the first quarter of the last mile. They work into the back straight. The leader is Mr. Fire. It leads the way by 3 parts. Again, trying to get a little closer to the action is Chill of the Night. Third locked away, Cameo's Kiwi. Next poised on the outside is Proyard, and then came further back Henwood. Next is Pacheco as they run down the back straight with an inclination to hang down the back straight. He's trying to get it to come out on the outside, and they were being followed further back on the inner by Pageantry, who heads the remainder with Superstar Glowy in the middle. Mr. Fire looks to defy them. 31.1 was the second quarter, and at the 400 metre mark, 29.2 third split. Mr. Fire leads. Cameo's Kiwi letting go around the outside now with a fair run was Pacheco, and then came Henwood, followed further back then by Proyard as they come to the home turn, and the rest are headed by Mr. Stewart, but in the straight Mr. Fire led. Cameo's Kiwi setting out after it strongly, and they were followed then by Henwood and Pacheco. It's Mr. Fire trying to stave off Cameo's Kiwi. It's Mr. Fire in front, and Mr. Fire goes home to beat. In second, Posse, Cameo's Kiwi, Henwood, and then Pacheco, Superstar Glowy. They were followed further back then in the field to clock in by Pageantry, in company there with Fantastic Smith. Further back then we go to well out of its ground then Mr. Stewart, together with Proyard, and the last couple of horses were Halfpenny with Quicksilver Revival amongst the tail end brigade, and in the end it was Mr. Fire just a bit too strong.